Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VA Memorial Stadium in the home of the Chillicothe.
Welcome back into VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe for Game 2 of our high school baseball doubleheader on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. Jacob Wise with you here as we get set for the Adena Warriors and the Chillicothe Cavaliers. For Adena, they come in at 1-0, coming off of a 10-6 win over McLean yesterday, a game when they went up 9-1, but held on for the win. Chillicothe opening its season tonight. Here's the starting lineup. Adena will be the visiting team, coached by Paul Thomas. Cody Rawlings will lead off at second base. Mason Dyer bats second in center field. Catcher Carter Glandon bats third. Will Drotwa bats fourth at first base. Shortstop David McGill bats fifth. Batting sixth, it's the left fielder Andrew Vickers. Caleb Osborne bats seventh in third base. Batting eighth, it's the designated hitter Levi Saltz. And the right fielder Blaine Battle will bat ninth, with Brandon Cheesebrew on the mound for Adena. Again, Rawlings at second, Dyer in center, Glandon the catcher, Drotwa at first, McGill at short, Vickers in left, Osborne at third, Saltz the DH, Battle in right field, and Brandon Cheesebrew on the mound for the Adena Warriors. For the Chillicothe Cavaliers and head coach Tom Barr opening the season, they'll look like this. Evan Werr leads off in center field. Mason Sibrel bats second in left field. The pitcher, Aiden Hutchinson, bats third. L.J. Wright bats fourth at first base. The shortstop, Lucas Reinhardt, bats fifth. Batting sixth, it's the right fielder, Aiden Spalding. Third baseman, Trent Wade, bats seventh. The catcher, T.J. Barr, bats eighth. And batting ninth, it's the second baseman, Mason Brown. And on the mound, making his way to the mound for the Cavaliers, is Aiden Hutchinson. Again, he's in the lineup. He'll hit for himself, which usually means when his time comes to come out of the game, he'll go to a different position, and then we'll play around the world, and everybody will move to a new spot, and we'll try to do our best to relay those changes to you. Game 2 of this, I guess it's the third day of the First National Bank of Waverly Baseball Classic here at VA Memorial Stadium. There was supposed to be 4 games on Saturday, kind of the opening day for high school baseball around the state of Ohio, and all of the area games, most of the area games, if not all of them, got frozen out. All 4 games here at the VA, so the start of the Classic moved to Monday. Couple of games, well, one game that night. I think the late game was too cold for that one to be played, or maybe there was a pitching issue or something where North Adams was unable to play. Then 2 games here last night, 2 games here tonight. Circleville was leading in the earlier game and ended up falling to Miami Trace in that earlier game today, so the Tigers off to a 1-1 start. Tomorrow, 2 more games coming your way here at the VA. Jackson versus Unioto at 4:30. Paint Valley takes on Gallia Academy at 7. Big thanks to DC Daly for finding the schedule for me. Friday, it's Tays Valley against Logan Elm and Chillicothe versus Zane Trace. Again, 4:30 and 7 o'clock, the scheduled start times. I think DC will have both of those games for you here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority. And then Saturday, a 4 spot, 10 a.m. Watterson versus Heath. That should be a lot of fun. 12:45, Amanda Clear Creek versus Athens. Wheelersburg takes on Fort Laramie at 3:30, and Washington Courthouse against Circleville at 6 p.m. Just about ready for the first batter here. All-turf surface here at VA Memorial Stadium, the home of the Chillicothe Paints, who will start their 29th season on June 2nd. They'll play a road game in Springfield, Ohio, June 1st, but the home opener coming up on June 2nd. But for now, it's high school baseball. Aiden Hutchinson into the windup and his first offering. And a swing and a miss from Cody Rawlings. And quickly down at the count 0-1. So Rawlings, Dyer, and Glandon, the 3 in the top of the order for the Adena Warriors. We'll set the defense for Chillicothe here in a moment. 0-1 from Hutchinson, and a chopper up the middle, charging in. Reinhardt, nice strong throw to first, 1 away. Nice 6-3 ground out to start the season defensively for Aiden Hutchinson on the mound. Lucas Reinhardt at shortstop. Defensively for Chillicothe in the outfield left to right, Mason Sibrel, Evan Werr, and Aiden Spalding. Trent Wade at third base, Lucas Reinhardt at shortstop. Mason Brown at second base. L.J. Wright is the first baseman. T.J. Barr does the catching, and Aiden Hutchinson again on the mound, and the two talking it over in front of the hill there. The umpires for the nightcap here tonight, Gary Swingle and Anthony Sheets, two guys we see a lot of here during the high school season at the VA. Gary actually is the umpire coordinator for the First National Bank of Waverly Baseball Classic here at the VA, going on a few years now. Hutchinson back up on the rubber. Nobody on, one out. Second batter of the game here. And that one misses wide. And Mason Dyer in front, 1-0. Lights on here. Wind blowing out pretty much straight away center field. If you can get a ball in the air with a little bit of power, you might find a way to sneak one over the wall. 1-0. And the off-speed pitch down and away. Mason Dyer last night in that 10-6 win. 2 for 4, scored 3 times, drove in a run, walked. Ground ball here right back to the shortstop, Reinhardt. And a good throw gets him for out number 2. So Dyer retired 6-3. And that's the way the first 2 outs go so far tonight.
Number 10, Carter Glandon.
Carter Glandon, the catcher, steps in on the right side. Glandon 3 for 5 with 2 driven in last night. Again, Adena jumped out to a 9-1 lead in the 5th inning in that game. Held on for a 10-6 win as that one gets by the catcher, Barr. Warriors scored 3 in the first, gave up 1 in the third, and then answered with 2 in the 4th and 4 in the 5th. Before McLean scored 5 runs in the final 2 frames, but the 4 spot in the 7th was still 4 short. 1-0. That one skips to the backstop. 2 balls, no strikes on Glandon. Nobody on. 2 gone here. Top of the first, just underway from VA Memorial Stadium. And again, there was a game here before this one, as Miami Trace got a comeback win over Circleville. 2-0 from Hutchinson. And that one skipped home. 3-0. So 2 pretty quick outs, disposing of Cody Rawlings and Mason Dyer on ground outs to the shortstop. And now all of a sudden Hutchinson trying to find the strike zone here to the third batter. .3-0. That one way inside. A 4-pitch walk puts Carter Glandon aboard. And the first base runner of this ball game. Dimensions here at the VA. 327 down the left field line. It goes out to about 368 left center. About 382 to the right of center field. It kind of darts out a little bit farther towards that light pole in right center field. 345 straight away right center and 325 down the right field line. And varying heights. Sometimes the first level is about 8, sometimes it's 9. And then you have the second level in some parts as well. One of the quirks that you love about old ballparks. First one on the way to Glandon, grounded foul toward third. Or excuse me, Will Drotwa. Glandon's at first base after the walk. Will Drotwa, the first baseman. 1 for 4 in that win last night with a run scored. Obviously, Adena out of the Sauter Valley Conference. That win last night. Out of conference. But it's the second straight night they're playing a team out of the FAC. 0-1. And that one misses. A ball and a strike. Chillicothe with a fairly young roster. L.J. Wright, a senior. A few others on the list there, but a lot of sophomores on this varsity squad for Tom Barr's Cavaliers. Beautiful night for baseball. We're talking about Saturday just being frozen out. 1-1 lifted in the air in the infield. Barr with the mask off, trying to find a beat on it. Can't make the play. Some stingier scorekeepers might tag someone with an error there. First game of the season, sometimes, especially here in Ohio, you haven't had a lot of chance to see pop-ups and get used to reading them. You've been in the gym for the most part. 1-2, and he missed up with the off-speed. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 2 down. Top of the first inning, it was a 2-out walk to Carter Glandon. He stands at first base, being held there by L.J. Wright. Two balls, 2 strikes to the cleanup man, Will Dratwa. And another one fouled back will reach the roof and get out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. Will Dratwa, a senior. And like many on the field on both sides, multi-sport athlete. Two again. This one hit well toward the gap in right center. Spalding turning and running. He's not going to get anywhere near it. It'll go all the way to the wall in the corner. Around third is Glandon, who took off on the pitch. Dratwa falls down around second. He'll put on the brakes and head back with an RBI double. And a 1-0 lead for the Adena Warriors on a 2-out RBI knock from the cleanup man, Will Dratwa. So he picks up his first RBI of the year. And the batter is David McGill. Shortstop with a runner at second base, 2 down. So a 2-out walk comes back to hurt Chillicothe. Adena takes advantage. And this one drops in for a strike, 0-1 to David McGill, who played multiple positions in the win last night. Pitcher, shortstop, third base. 1 for 3 in the game with a run scored and an RBI. Also walked 1 time. Oh, 1. And that one off speed again, drops in for a strike, 0-2. David McGill, a junior. 6 seniors on this Adena roster, and it's not a big roster by any means. 0-2 from Hutchinson. Found the corner, strike 3 called, and that'll end the inning, but a run scores and a 2-out RBI double from Will Dratwa. Adena with a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Leading off for Chillicothe, number 28, Evan Wurr.
Adena strikes first for the second straight night. A 3-spot in the game last night. They get 1 here in this one against Chillicothe. Take a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the first. Brandon Cheesebrew on the mound for the Adena Warriors. Senior pitcher. He'll face Evan Wurr, Mason Sibrel, and Aiden Hutchinson. The top of the Chillicothe lineup. Chillicothe getting a chance to bat in a game for the first time this year. Their season opener. Wurr taking his time. Takes a deep breath. Cheesebrew ready on the hill. And his first offering is a strike called on the outside corner. Defensively for Adena, left to right in the outfield, it's Andrew Vickers, Mason Dyer, and Blaine Battle. Cheesebrew ready with the 0-1. And the breaking ball called a strike on the outside corner. Caleb Osborne at third base, David McGill at shortstop, Cody Rawlings at second base, Will Drotwa at first, Carter Glandon, the catcher. Here's the 0-2. And that one missed upstairs. A ball, 2 strikes to Evan Wurr. Seen Evan play quite a bit here at the VA, coming up through the middle school teams even. We used to have here on Sundays. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, hit out towards center field. It'll drop for a base hit. A 1-2 breaking ball just caught too much of the plate there, and Wurr drops it in for a leadoff single. First batter of the season, and it goes for a hit for Chillicothe.
Number 3, Mason Sibrel.
Gonna bring on Mason Sibrel, left fielder. One of the guards for the Cavaliers basketball team. Steps in here on the left side. Third baseman Caleb Osborne in, protecting against a bunt here. And Sibrel swings through it. Wurr with his leadoff of first. Will Drotwa there to hold him on. 0-1, and another one swung through there, 0-2. Cheesebrew maybe got Sibrel to chase a little bit with that one. Sometimes, so you have your first at-bat of the year and you just want to go up there and hit anything that looks close. Able to lay off that one, a ball, 2 strikes. From the stretch, 1-2 pitch, missed up high. And the count back even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, missed it up again. From 0-2 to 3-2, a full count here to Mason Sibrel, second batter of the inning for Chillicothe. Runner at first, nobody out. And a 1-0 Adena lead. And it missed upstairs. 4 straight out of the zone after the first 2 were strikes. And Sibrel works the walk. Now maybe he baited Cheesebrew. Swung at the 1 out of the zone on the second pitch of the at-bat. Cheesebrew went back there 4 more times, but Sibrel able to hang off on those. So runners at first and second with no one down here in the bottom of the first. And Aiden Hutchinson, a chance to help himself out here. The pitcher stands in on the right side. First pitch swinging, and he drops it into center field. The runners had to hold to make sure that ball dropped. So it'll load the bases. And the cleanup man, L.J. Wright, will step in with a chance to do some damage. So 2 singles and a walk to start things here offensively for Chillicothe. Tom Barr telling me before the game that He's got some fresh-faced young players on this varsity team, but says they've been a blast to coach so far. They're really having a good time. Infield in here for Adena. The base is loaded, nobody out here in the first inning. A breaking ball drops in for a strike from Cheesebrew. L.J. Wright, one of the seniors on this Chillicothe team. 0-1. And that one off the plate away. Sometimes it's hard to have that good plate discipline your first at-bat of the spring. Good job laying off that last one, though. Here's the 1-1 from Cheesebrew, and it missed up. So now L.J. Wright ahead in the count here, 2-1. He has Evan Wurr at third, Mason Sibrel at second, who runs well, and Aiden Hutchinson at first base. And with the infield in, something that might not normally be a hit could drive in too. This one down below the knees in the count, 3-1. And now Cheesebrew in danger of walking in a run here. The old saying, a walk's as good as a hit, certainly in this situation. Would still get credit for an RBI, and he'll draw the walk, and we're tied at 1. So an RBI walk for L.J. Wright. Second walk of this first inning for Branham Cheesebrew. And everybody moves up 90 feet, so Hutchinson goes to second, Sibrel goes to third, and Evan Wurr in from third to score the run. And a visit to the mound here to talk things over. And two of the Chillicothe runners will take advantage of that to go over and chat with their head coach. Sun beginning to go down here at the ballpark. Supposed to stay fairly warm until it rains after midnight tonight. There's a breaking ball, nearly hit the batter. And it wasn't a fastball. And if you're the dugout for Chillicothe, you got to be thinking to maybe take that one and bring in another run and give your team the lead. One-0, and a strike on the outside corner as we get the score fixed. It is a 1-1 game. There's a lot of blue on the field right now. A hard swing and a miss there from Lucas Reinhardt, the shortstop, trying to put the Cavaliers on top here in the bottom of the first. Bases still loaded, still nobody out. Fifth batter of the inning, 2 singles, 2 walks. And the 1-2. That should drive in at least one. Dyer on the run. He runs it down in the gap, but tagging and coming in from third is Sibrel. And Chillicothe is in front, 2-1. So it's an RBI on the sac fly from Lucas Reinhardt. And that is just out number 1.
Number 11, Aiden Spalding.
Also moving up on the play is Hutchinson. He goes from second to third. Tagging there is Dyer. Made a nice play on it to make the catch, but he had his back kind of turned toward the infield and had to turn all the way back around and gather himself before throwing it back in. Good heads-up base running there by Hutchinson. And now the runners on the corners, one away. First one upstairs here to Aiden Spalding, the right fielder for the Cavaliers. Batter number 6 here in the first inning for Chillicothe. And the pitch down low, so now 2 singles, 2 walks, and a sac fly. He had a 2-0 count on the batter, Aiden Spalding. And Cheesebrew misses with the 2-0 pitch. In danger now of loading the bases back up. Three balls, no strikes. And that one up and in, ball 4. LJ Wright was taking off on the pitch, but the ball 4 makes that a moot point. Third walk of the inning for Cheesebrew. And the bases are loaded for Trent Wade. Third baseman here for the Cavaliers. Wade, a freshman, stands in on the right side. Takes the first one down and in. Well, wouldn't it be something as a freshman, your first at-bat, not only as a high school player, but as a varsity player, to drive in a run or two here? Wade with an opportunity to do that. A ball, no strikes. Cheesebrew from the stretch. And this one hit hard back up through the middle past the diving McGill at shortstop. One run is in. Everyone else will hit the brakes. A good job to get the ball in from Mason Dyer. And Trent Wade, with his first at-bat as a high school player, drives in a run. And it's 3-1 Chillicothe.
Number 30, T.J. Barr.
Everybody else moves up. Spalding now at second. L.J. Wright now at third. Wade at first base after the RBI single. Here's T.J. Barr, the catcher. Bases loaded, still just one out. A swing and a miss out in front there on the off speed. T.J. Barr, another freshman. 3 runs on 3 hits and 3 walks here in this first inning for the Cavaliers. And time granted to the catcher, Carter Glandon, as he heads out to the mound. And we were thinking it was going to be a rough night to be in the outfield. Some really heavy wind gusts right before this game got started, but things have calmed down quite a bit. Finally got that camera in center field working here for game 2, and we thought it might blow away. Nothing in 1 to T.J. Barr. And that one ran in, and you could tell Barr kind of wanted to take that one. And now Tom Barr coming down from third, the head coach, to say, come on, man. A ball and a strike to him here. And a miss down low, 2-1. This inning started with a leadoff single from Evan Wurr. Mason Sibrel walked, and Aiden Hutchinson loaded up the bases with a single. L.J. Wright drew a bases-loaded RBI walk. Lucas Reinhardt drove in one with a sacrifice fly, the only out of the inning. As that would miss, who's 3-1. Spalding walked, and then Trent Wade with an RBI single to make it 3-1 Chillicothe. T.J. Barr, the 8th batter of the inning. Mason Brown waiting on deck. A swing and a miss will fill it up here, 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And T.J. Barr goes down swinging for out number 2. First strikeout for Brandon Cheesebrew. And the 9th batter of the inning, Mason Brown, steps to the plate. Second baseman for the Cavaliers with the bases loaded and 2 down. Tom Barr, the head coach over in the third base coach's box, probably thinking, it's nice to bat around, or at least your whole lineup in the first opportunity of the season, but Usually when you do that, you score 5-6 runs. Right now, 3 on the board, 3 more on the bases as Brown fouls it back out of play. Mason Brown, another freshman in this Cavaliers lineup. And the 0-1. Breaking ball, and that one chopped toward third as Brown was just out in front of that off-speed pitch. And the count 0-2. So Brandon Cheesebrew now, after what has not been a smooth inning for him, has a chance to really get out of it without a ton of damage being done. And the 0-2. And that one missed way up high. Easy not to go after that one if you're Mason Brown. One, two. Swing and a miss. So Cheesebrew strikes out the final 2 batters of the inning, but gives up 3, and the Cavaliers lead it over Adena 3-1 after 1 here at the VA. You're watching on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Truck.
Leading off for the Warriors, number 7, Andrew Vickers.
Top of the second inning here at VA Memorial Stadium. A 3-1 lead for the Chillicothe Cavaliers in an eventful first inning. Andrew Vickers leads off for Adena. And the right-hander Aiden Hutchinson a reset on the mound. It'll be Vickers and then Caleb Osborne and Levi Saltz. 6, 7, 8 in the Adena order. And Hutchinson's first offering misses down low, ball 1. Chillicothe with 3 runs on 3 hits, but they left the bases loaded. Sent 9 batters to the plate in the bottom of that first inning. 1-0 offering. And a high chopper towards short. Going to be a tough play. Reinhardt fields. Good arm to first, and he's out. Bang, bang play. Anthony Sheets, the umpire out there, a whole lot closer than I am. And a nice play by Lucas Reinhardt to
16, Caleb Osborne.
wait what probably felt like forever for that ball to come back down and then get rid of it in a hurry. Make a strong throw to first base. So a 6-3 ground out for out number 1 retires Andrew Vickers. Third time Reinhardt already through 6 batters has had to make a play. Got the first 2 outs of the ball game on ground outs. And now Caleb Osborne steps in, the third baseman. Also pitched in that game last night. Hutchinson misses up high. Osborne 0 for 2 at the plate in that win last night over McLean. And the 1-0. Off the plate away. Caleb Osborne, a junior. And the 2-0 from Hutchinson. Way up and in, turned Osborne around. 3 balls, no strikes. Hutchinson walked 1 in the first inning. That was with 2 outs. And that run came around to score on an RBI double from Will Drotwa to score the game's first run. 3-0 misses low, and a 4-pitch walk puts Caleb Osborne aboard with 1 out for Levi Saltz. So 1 out, 1 on for the designated hitter. The junior Levi Saltz. From the stretch, Hutchinson look over to first base. Obviously not the A move there from Hutchinson, just making sure Saltz knew he was paying attention over there. And a high pop-up on the infield here. Mason Brown, the second baseman, in, called off by the shortstop Reinhardt. And Reinhardt puts it away for out number 2, and that forces Osborne to stay put at first base.
Number 28, Blaine Battle.
Reinhardt, the shortstop, has been involved in half of the first 8 outs defensively here. And now Blaine Battle steps in, the right fielder, with a runner at first, 2 down. First pitch swinging, fouls it back toward the parking lot. (3-1) lead for the Cavaliers. Trying to throw up a 0 here in the top of the second inning. 0-1. And that one missed up and in. Battle trying to be a little sly there and stick that elbow out as he turned the body. Maybe get that one to glance off of him, but I don't think he's wearing like an Evo shield or anything else out there, so I don't know if I want to let one hit me somewhere where there's not a lot of meat. 1-1. Went after that one out of the zone, and the count 1-2. Got a piece of it. So Hutchinson a strike away from working a fairly smooth inning. Did have the 4-pitch walk to Osborne with 1 out. Got the next batter quickly, 1-2 pitch. And he tried to hum that one in a little bit harder and missed the zone, 2-2. Blaine Bowdle. Able to hold off that one just off the plate away. And the count full, 3-2. Runner at first should be taking off here on the pitch. 2 down here in the top of the second, 3-1, Chillicothe in front. Runner goes, pitch outside, and TJ Barrow have to run it down. As Bowdle takes first base. And a second walk in the inning here for Hutchinson. And that's a spot in the order that you want to get that third out and not turn it back over now, as Cody Rollins, the top of the order, will step back in. He grounded out to the shortstop to lead off this ball game. But the more times the hitter sees the pitcher in a game, that advantage starts to kind of teeter toward the batter. Hutchinson checks that runner at second base. And a first offering chopped toward third will roll foul. as Trent Wade smothers it over by the coach's box. And now Hutchinson ready with the 0-1. And ran that one way up and in. Rawlings ducked underneath it. One. And a pop-up on the infield. In from third is Wade. And he overran it. Ends up in foul territory, so no harm done now. But you do force your pitcher to throw more pitches. Play that probably should be made. And if you're, again, being strict about it, would go as an error because you extended the inning. And that's how the error rule is spelled out in the rule book. Anything that should have been made with a routine effort, if it's not and it extends the inning, it goes as an error. But a lot of scorekeepers, especially at the high school level, won't put an error on a pop-up in foul territory. 1-2. Ground ball hard to third, and a nice snag by Wade to put on the tag for out number 3. And a pretty nice play there after being unable to corral that pop-up to keep Adena off the board. An inning and a half in the book. It's 3-1 Chillicothe on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. Bottom of the second inning here, VA Memorial Stadium. And a 3-1 lead for the Chillicothe Cavaliers. They sent all 9 batters to the plate in the first inning, so we'll start fresh. Evan Wurr, who led things off with a base hit in the first, leads it off here in the second. Cheesebrew winds and fires, and his first offering up high, ball 1. 3 runs on 3 hits in that first inning. Helped out by 3 walks, but Cheesebrew, with the bases loaded, struck out the final 2 batters of the inning and limited the damage. Gets a called strike on the outside here, 1-1. Evan Wurr, senior season, takes the pitch low. And the 2-1. Big hack there. Maybe climb the ladder a bit, 2-2. After Word, it'll be Mason Sibrel and Aiden Hutchinson. Top third of the order for Chillicothe. Here's the 2-2. And strike three called. Just found the outside corner there. That's now 3 straight strikeouts going back to the last inning for Brandon Cheesebrew. And Wurr goes down looking for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Left-handed hitting left fielder Mason Sibrel digs in. He walked and scored in the first. And a good breaking ball there has Sibrel out in front, 0-1. Oh, 1. Gets the breaking ball to drop in for a strike, 0-2. Sometimes it takes an inning or two to kind of zero in on the strike zone, especially early in the year. Cheesebrew looks to have found it now, and he gets strike 3. Think that was going to be a strike anyway. Sibrel, I think, realized too late and couldn't get the bat out in time. And back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning for Cheesebrew, and 4 in a row now. So nobody on, 2 down. And Aiden Hutchinson, the Cavaliers pitcher, steps in. Base hit came around to score on the hit by Trent Wade in that first inning. And he takes strike 1. And that one just off the plate away. 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Big slow hook there. And Hutchinson way out in front. Down to the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Cheesebrew, after giving up 3 runs on 3 hits and 3 walks in the first inning, looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Hard hit ball to third off the glove of Osborne, who gave it a dive behind third. On his way to second is Hutchinson, and he'll slide in head first with a double. So Hutchinson spoils the 3 up, 3 down inning with a 2-out double. Breaks a string of 4 straight strikeouts for the pitcher, Cheesebrew. And Aiden Hutchinson is 2 for 2 with a double and a run scored in his first 2 at-bats of the spring. Puts a man in scoring position for the cleanup man, L.J. Wright, who drove in a run via the walk in the first inning. Didn't have to swing the bat. And a big hack here. Comes up empty, 0-1. From the stretch, Cheesebrew fires, and a swing and a miss. Looks like Cheesebrew going a bit more to the fastball here. Started out the inning with a lot of off-speed pitches. Had the batters out in front, maybe switching, hoping that Wright was looking for the breaking ball. He's gotten a couple fastballs by him. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 called. So 3 Ks in the inning for Cheesebrew. And Chillicothe strands a 2-out double. And we are through 2. It is 3-1. Chillicothe over Adena. This is Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey, it's Mike Glockner from the Glockner family of dealerships.
Leadoff for Adena, number 8, Mason Dyer.
Top of the third inning as Mason Dyer steps in for the Adena Warriors. 3-1, Chillicothe in front. All runs coming in the first inning of this one so far. Aiden Hutchinson out for a third inning of work as the starter for Chillicothe. He's given up just the one hit so far. Has walked a couple. That one rattles to the backstop and then has the ball fired at him with his back to the plate. Mason Dyer, a ground out to the shortstop, his first time up 0 for 1. 2, 3, 4 in the Adena order here in the top of inning number 3. 1-0 in for a called strike, 1-1. Carter Glandon on deck, and then Will Drotwa. Part of the order that did the damage for the Warriors in the first inning. Glandon walked, and then Drotwa drove him in with an RBI double. The only run for Adena so far, 1-1. And that misses low. Should somebody get on base, David McGill would bat. 4th in the inning. Hutchinson kicks. And he missed outside, 3-1. Hutchinson walked 1 in the first and 2 in the second. And a foul ball here will keep things going, and a full count, 3-2. And we mentioned earlier, this game part of the First National Bank of Waverly Baseball Classic, a tradition that's become over the last 8 or 9 years. Chopper out to the right side. Slow roller, going to be a tough play, and really no chance for Mason Brown to make it. Good hustle by Dyer out of the box. And that one should go down as an infield hit.
Will be closing in 15, concession closing in 15 minutes. Number 10, Carter Glandon.
So Carter Glandon will stand in with a runner at first, nobody out. Glandon walked and scored in the first inning. But talking about the other games throughout the rest of the week, not going to be as nice as today, but still 60 degrees tomorrow. As this one by the first baseman, L.J. Wright. On to second is Mason Dyer. He's going to turn and head to third. Right fielder Aiden Spalding finally there to pick up the baseball down near the bullpen. That'll go as a 2-base throwing error on Aiden Hutchinson. And Adena with a runner at third with nobody out. So a high of 60 tomorrow. Let's hope the high of 46 comes up a little bit on Friday. DC might be freezing here in the press box. I'll have to have the heaters on for him. And then the 4 games on Saturday, 55 degrees. That's high school baseball weather to start the year for sure here in Ohio. Carter Glandon with an RBI opportunity. Gets hit right in the back. Wore it nicely. You wonder if Hutchinson maybe rattled a little bit after throwing that one away on the pickoff attempt. Does put the double play ball back in order. You'd have to give up a run in all likelihood to get the double play, but sometimes with a runner at third only, it's not the worst thing in the world to have a runner added to first base. Lucas Reinhardt, we know at least the shortstop out there right now, has played pretty well defensively. He's had several opportunities. And the paints open up here. The home portion of the schedule, June 2nd. It's a Thursday. Post-game fireworks, $2 draft beer. Should be a fun night. Season opener, if you want to take a short drive, June 1st over in Springfield, Ohio against the Champion City Kings, who the Paints will see about 950 times during their 60-game schedule this summer. You can add Johnstown and West Virginia to that mix as well. See a lot of Mill Rats, Miners, and Kings. And hopefully a lot of Paints wins. All right, runners on the corners, nobody out. Will Drotwa at the plate. And a peek over to first base by Hutchinson. Drotwa with a big RBI double in his first at-bat. Drove in the only run for Adena so far. It's an infield hit for Dyer, a high chopper toward first base. And an errant pickoff throw sent Dyer first to third, and then Glandon got hit in the back on the next pitch. Throw to third, and they got him at third base. So Chillicothe puts on the old first and third play. And the runner at third, Mason Dyer, thinking that that ball is going to be thrown through to second base or held. And he ends up being picked off at third base. 2-5 the put out for out number one. Glandon does end up at second base. It's not a steal, though. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike. You either steal both bases or you steal none. And when you throw out a runner on the base paths, it technically goes down as a caught stealing. So a runner at second now with one away. 1-1 on Will Drotwa. Ball hit hard through the gap on the left side of the infield. Around third is Glandon, and he scores. Ball gets away. Drotwa on his way to second, and he's in ahead of the throw. So to be an RBI single for Drotwa, his second RBI hit of the game, and then he'll move to second on the second error of the inning for Chillicothe.
Number 20, David McGill.
Makes it a one-run ball game as David McGill steps in with a runner at second base. Sound like the umpire, Anthony Sheets, asked for time there. Wanted to have a word with the pitcher, Aiden Hutchinson. So, moral of the story right now is, if you're Chillicothe, don't bring Will Drotwa to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Hutchinson ready. And steps off the rubber. Good lead out there for Drotwa. And a good bunt up the third base line. Will it stay fair? No. David McGill trying to put the pressure on this Chillicothe defense. And it looked like he had a good head start toward first base. I'm not sure, had that ball stayed fair, that Trent Wade would have had a play on it. See if they go back to it here. Wade still playing back behind third base. First baseman L.J. Wright a few steps in front. And Hutchinson steps off. Adena with a run in the first. Chillicothe answered with 3. And the Warriors get one back here so far in the third. And a chase there will run the count to 0-2. McGill was called out on strikes to end the first. Trying to at least move a runner here. 0-2 hit towards second base. That will move the runner. Mason Brown up with it on to first, and that's out number 2. So a productive 4-3 ground out for David McGill. Moves Will Drotwood to third base. And a runner 90 feet away here with 2 outs for Andrew Vickers, who grounded out to the shortstop his first time. Three-two ball game. Cavaliers clinging to that 1-run lead. The pitch. And a ball hit hard through the left side of the infield. We're tied at 3. Andrew Vickers with a 2-out RBI single here in the top of the third. Brings home the second run of the inning for Adena. And now a new ball game at 3-3. So Vickers has his first RBI of the season. He went 2 for 3 last night, but didn't drive anybody home. And a look over there to first base, but Vickers back in plenty of time. Probably could have gone in standing up. And another look, that time Vickers took the first step towards second base, and that's because the pitcher Hutchinson balked. That might be why Vickers was leaning towards second base, so he'll get second on the balk. And a man back in scoring position here with 2 down. Caleb Osborne now with a chance to put Adena in front. Ground ball to third, rolls foul. Everything evened up on the scoreboard now. 3 runs, 4 hits each way. The Chillicothe bullpen down the right field line getting busy. As one pops through. Appears to be Jacob Waymaster out of the bullpen for the Cavaliers. Foul back here, 0-2. Runner at second, 2 down, 0-2 the count on Osborne. Bit of a closed stance for Osborne. And that's strike 3 called on the outside corner. Ends the inning, but Adena gets 2, and they tie this game at 3. We're through 2.5 in Chillicothe. You're watching on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. Three-three game as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. Couple of runs in the top half of this one for Adena to tie things up. Took advantage of a couple of errors. Also a hit batter. Lucas Reinhardt leads things off for Chillicothe. First pitch foul back out of play. Reinhardt a sac fly into fairly deep right center field. His first time up, brought home a run. That was run number 2 of that 3-run first inning. So Officially 0 for 0 here to start the year. A ball and a strike. One. 2 balls and a strike. Gotta give a shout out to SVCSportsTalk.com. Our friend John Bruce, who makes sure to load that thing up with all the SVC stats from all the different sports. This one lifted into right field. Bowdle on, almost overran it, and he dropped the ball. Got it into his glove, but couldn't hang on, and Lucas Reinhardt is aboard at first on the error by Bowdle, E9. And the Cavaliers have a leadoff base runner for the second time in 3 innings.
Number 11, Aiden Spalding.
That'll bring on Aiden Spalding, who walked and was stranded at second base his first time through. Middle infield for Adena here will look to turn 2. Droutwell holding the runner at first. Osborne at third in to protect against the bunt. But that one hammered down the left field line by Spalding. It'll take a hop and go into the deck. Well foul. Trying to jump on that first pitch fastball. That might be the hardest hit ball we've seen so far. Droutwell's double was pretty well hit. 0-1. Breaking ball missed up and in. Spalding in right field for this one. And this one out of the zone again. 2-1. Swing and a miss for Spalding, trying to slow the bat down there. That one probably out of the zone. Maybe one you swing out with 2 strikes, but you'd like to hold off otherwise. And now the 2-2 instead. A throw to first, and that one gets by. Up and on his way to second is Reinhardt. He'll have a look and head toward third base. And the throw cut off, and into third on a 2-base throwing error is Lucas Reinhardt. We saw one the last half inning. Now Reinhardt, after reaching first on a dropped fly ball in right, goes first to third on an errant pickoff throw. And now Spalding, a golden opportunity here to give the lead back to the Cavaliers. Runner at third, nobody out. 2-2. That one will get out of play. This game was errorless until the top of this inning. Chillicothe made 2, and now Adena has made 2 here in the third. 2-2, swung out and missed. That's out number 1. Strikeout number 6 for Branham Cheesebrew.
Number 38, Trent Wade.
Had 2 in the first. He got all 3 of them with a double sandwiched in there in the second inning. And now the first out, a strikeout here in the third. Runner at third, 1 out now. Trent Wade digs in, 1 for 1, an RBI single for him. And he takes down low here, ball 1. Three runs apiece, 4 hits apiece. And now 2 errors each way. 1-0. That should bring home a run. A big hop to the shortstop, McGill. Long throw. And Droutwell unable to dig it out at first base with a long stretch. That'll probably go as an infield hit for Wade. Either way, give them the RBI. And Chillicothe back in front, 4-3.
Number 30, T.J. Barr.
Would have been a bang-bang play had Dratwa hauled that one in. So we'll unofficially give him the hit as T.J. Barr fouls the first offering back. Nice answer for the Cavaliers here to start the inning. Another foul ball, make it 0-2. An early 3-1 lead for Chillicothe. With 3 runs in the bottom of the first, answering the run of the top half of the inning to start the game for Adena. And then the Warriors with 2 runs in the top half of this inning to get it back to a tie game. And the Cavaliers immediately regain the lead. Outside here, 1-2. They've gotten a little bit of help. Reinhardt reached on the dropped pop-up to right field, then went first to third on the errant pickoff throw. Scored on the infield chopper from Trent Wade. And this one heads to the backstop. Drop third strike allows Barr to go to first base. Except it won't because first base was occupied. And there were less than 2 outs. Good to get into that habit, though, to head down to first base. Goes to strikeout number 7 for Branham Cheesebrew. Trent Wade does get to take second base, though. Goes down as a steal for him. Or I guess you could put that down as a wild pitch. I was thinking he took off on the pitch there, but I don't think he did. Here's Mason Brown, runner at second, 2 down. But hit hard to third, knocked down by Osborne, able to recover and make the throw in time. A pretty tough play there by Caleb Osborne. He gets the job done. But a run comes home on the inning for Chillicothe, and they go back in front 4-3 over Adena through 3. This is Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
This is big. Horizon's fiber internet is ready. Let them get you hooked up and power your Wi-Fi network with the speed and reliability that only a 100% fiber network can do. Horizon is ready to help you do what you do better, with real people, a reliable connection, and great customer service. Sign up today for as low as $40.95 a month, plus no contracts and no data caps. Call 740-772-8331 or visit horizonconnects.com/Chillicothe to sign.
Leading off for Adena, number 4, Levi Saltz.
Right-hander Aiden Hutchinson back to the mound for Chillicothe. Now with a 4-3 lead over Adena. They go 8-9-1 here in the order in the top of the 4th inning. Levi Saltz will lead things off. Right-handed hitting DH popped up to the shortstop his first time up, and he takes strike 1 off speed here. It'll be Saltz and then Blaine Bowdle And back to the top of the order to Cody Rawlings here in the fourth for Adena. 0-1 from Hutchinson. That one got away and will put a man on base. So a leadoff hit batter, second straight inning with a hit batter. Carter Glandon was hit by a pitch. First pitch he saw in that third inning. And now the catcher, TJ Barr, out to have a quick word with his pitcher. Adena Warriors coming off of a 14-13 season a year ago, went 9-5 in the SVC, which ranked them third. Head coach Paul Thomas, of course, Chillicothe coach Tom Barr was at Adena for a number of years. A lot of success there. Bunt back to the pitcher. Hutchinson to first, makes the play, and a good sacrifice bunt by Blaine Bowdle moves Levi Saltz to second. So a 1-3 put out on the sacrifice, retires Bowdle. And a runner at second, one away, turns the order back over to Cody Rawlings. 0 for 2 so far. He led off the ball game with a ground out to the shortstop, and then ended the top of the second inning with a fielder's choice. So hard hit ground ball to third, back in inning number 2. Hutchinson able to get Rawlings to chase that one well out of the zone, and a good job by TJ Barr, the catcher, to get way out there and keep that one from the backstop and hold that runner at second base. The corners are in here a little bit. Wade at third, right at first base. 0-1. Line drive, right field, down for a base hit. Rounding third is Saltz. Ball bobbled out in the outfield. Saltz scores easily to tie this game at 4 and into second base. With an RBI double is Cody Rawlings. Might go single with an error, but for now we'll give him the double. Couldn't tell, was watching the runner coming home, if Rawlings was going for 2 out of the box or if he kind of stopped at first and then went to second on the bobble in the outfield. We're not going to worry too much about it. Bottom line, it's a 4-4 game. Runner at second, 1 out for Mason Dyer. Chopper to third, high bounce. Wade had to back up on it. Now a long throw. 1 hopper to first, and it didn't get there in time. So Dyer will get credit for an infield single.
Number 10, Carter Glandon.
And Rawlings winds up at third base on the play. He took off on the throw. So now runners on the corners with 1 away. Pretty good base running there by Rawlings to hold up until that ball got uncorked. It's a long throw from back behind third base all the way to first. And now Carter Glandon steps in with runners on the corners, 1 away. A chance to put Adena back in front. He has scored twice, but he has been put on base both times. He was walked with 2 outs in the first inning and then was hit by a pitch in the third. It just goes to show you how much you're playing with fire when you put runners on base for free. Runner takes off from first here, and Barr unable to catch it cleanly. So Dyer credited with a stolen base. Now 2 runners in scoring position with 1 gone here for Adena. (1-0) from Hutchinson. In there for a strike, 1-1. If you remember, Jacob Leemaster was throwing out in the Chillicothe bullpen last inning, and I think he's out there throwing some more. Bit of a jam here for Hutchinson. Here's the 1-1. Hard hit up the middle and knocked down by the shortstop Reinhardt. Tries to get the throw to first, not in time. So an infield RBI hit for Carter Glandon drives home another run, and Adena is in front 5-4. So Glandon with his first hit of the game. Picks up the RBI,
Number 42, Will
his
Drama.
third of the year. Dyer ends up at third. Rawlings is the one that scored. And they're still on the corners with one away for Will Drotwa, who has 2 RBI hits already in this game and a run scored, a double and a single. Outside here, that'll go to the backstop. In from third is Dyer, and it's 6-4 Adena making his way to third. Here's the throw, and not in time. Glandon going first to third on the pitch to the backstop. Hops in just under the tag at third base. That one a wild pitch. Don't know that I've ever seen someone go first to third on a wild pitch that was pretty straightforward. But no hesitation from Glandon there. Drotwa looking for his third RBI of the game. Adena back in front. They lead it by 2. Good answer inning for them with 3 runs already here in the top of the 4th. This one roped down the third base line and just inside the line, a fair ball into the corner. In from third easily is Glandon. Drotwa will slam on the brakes around first base. And Will Drotwa has his third RBI hit of the game, and it's now 7-4. Drotwa with a double and 2 singles. Now 3 RBIs and a run scored so far. Of course, Will's family, one of the many great host families for the Chillicothe Paints, take in players during the summer and have them live with them. You wonder if Will's been maybe picking up some tips from the Paints over the summers. Really swinging the bat well here to start the season is Will Drotwa. And a mound visit here looks like will lead to a pitching change, which is never straightforward in high school. It looks for the moment that Aiden Hutchinson is going to go to left field, and Mason Sibrel is going to perhaps come out of this game as the left-hander Jacob Leemaster comes in to take his warm-up pitches. We'll take a break. 7-4. Adena leads Chillicothe. 1 out and a man on here in the top of the 4th. This is Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health. See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health has to offer by visiting our website at sosaohio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's sosaohio.com for the best local sports coverage around. So Jacob Leemaster comes on to replace Aiden Hutchinson. It looks like Hutchinson went to left field and Mason Sibrel came out of the game. So Leemaster would come in for Sibrel in the 2-hole. Leemaster with a runner at first and 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 4 runs home for Adena. And his first toss will go over to first base. Hutchinson still on the hook for that runner at first base, though. 3 1/3. Ends up giving up 7 runs to this point on 8 hits. And the breaking ball finds the zone on the outside corner here. Hutchinson struck out 2 batters. walked 3 and hit 2. And threw a wild pitch. A costly one here this inning. Drops down sidearm, a hopper to second, could be a double play. Quick throw to first, not in time. Mason Brown, the second baseman, just took a little too long to get it out of his glove, but they get the lead runner for out number 2. That'll go 4-6. And McGill at first base on a fielder's choice. So that'll close the book on Hutchinson.
Number 7, Andrew Vickers.
Again, 3 1/3, 7 runs, 8 hits. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hit batters, and a wild pitch for the starter, Aiden Hutchinson. This one in the turf, gets away from Barr, and on to second goes McGill on a wild pitch. Eighth batter of the inning for Adena, Andrew Vickers, 1 for 2. Grounded out to the shortstop in the second. He picked up an RBI single in the third before being stranded at second base after reaching that base on a balk. Takes a strike here. Seven to 4, Adena in front. 1-1. Chopper towards second. Brown charging and able to flip on for the third out. So Leemaster does a nice job coming in and getting out of the jam. But 4 runs home for Adena in the top of the 4th, and the Warriors are now in front, 7-4 over Chillicothe. This is Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health.
Leading off for Chillicothe, number 28, Evan Word.
Bottom of the 4th here, VA Memorial Stadium, 7-4. Adena out in front after a big top half of this inning. First pitch swinging, a ground ball to short. McGill handles it. A nice stretch at first base. Did Droutwell keep his foot on the bag? He did. So hit it pretty hard, but McGill able to get it over there just in time and drop it with a great stretch. For out number 1. So that'll bring on the pitcher, Jacob Leemaster. We told you he came in kind of late in that last inning to pitch, and that sent the pitcher at the time, Hutchinson, to left field, and Sibrel came out of the game, so means Leemaster replaced Sibrel in the 2-hole. Mason Sibrel ended up 0 for 1 with a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored. Leemaster checks his swing, and it's upstairs 1-0. That one in for a strike. And that one just missed. 2-1. Jacob Leemaster, a junior. Straight up left-hander. Here's the 2-1. And down and in, 3 balls and a strike. Aiden Hutchinson, who started this game as the pitcher for Chillicothe, now the left fielder, waits on deck. And the 3-1 misses upstairs, so Lee Master works the 1-out walk. Fourth walk for Branham Cheesebrew. And the Adena bullpen down the left field line will start to get up and get loose.
Number 8, Aiden Hutchison.
Out in the turf, gets away from Glandon. And Lee Master takes second base on the wild pitch. I think they're going to call for a courtesy runner here. Lee Master, the pitcher, will come out, and somebody new will come on to run. And that is Vincent Haller.
Now running number 25, Vincent Haller.
One-0. Just down below the knees. 2 balls, no strikes. Aiden Hutchinson swinging the bat well. Base hit in the first. Came around to score the 3rd run of that first inning for Chillicothe. Then doubled with 2 outs in the second, but was left stranded. 2-0, hit hard back up the middle. Shortstop McGill shaded toward the bag, able to make the play. And that's out number 2. The runner does move up, though, as Haller goes to 3rd. So a productive out for Hutchinson, 6-3. Probably a base hit with no runner out there. But because the runner standing at second base, that had David McGill, the shortstop, kind of shaded toward the bag. And now L.J. Wright steps in looking for a 2-out RBI hit. RBI walk for him in the first. He was called out on strikes in the second inning. Takes strike 1 here. Adena in front, 7-4. They scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, and 4 in the fourth. This one off the plate. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, 3 in the first and 1 in the fourth. One lifted into left center. Vickers, the left fielder, on the move, makes the catch. And the inning is over. Almost a collision there between Vickers and the center fielder Dyer, but the out is made. And we are off to inning number 5. 7-4. Adena in front of Chillicothe on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie and Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Top of the fifth inning here, VA Memorial Stadium. Adena comes to the plate with a 7-4 lead over Chillicothe. Left-hander Jacob Leemaster back up on the rubber. First full inning of work. And a breaking ball misses off the plate away. Leemaster came in, got the final 2 outs in that last inning, where Adena was able to score 4 times. Jumped them out in front by 3. 1-0 from Leemaster. And that one fought off to the right side, a ball and a strike. Caleb Osborne, the only Adena Warrior not to bat in that 4th inning. Walked back in the 2nd. He was called out on strikes to end the top half of the 3rd. So Osborne 0 for 1 with a walk so far tonight. He was 0 for 2 in last night's game as he takes a strike here. One-two now from the left-hander. And a little tapper out toward the mound, and a good play by Leemaster coming off the mound toward first to make the play. We'll call that a pop out to the pitcher for out number 1. And to keep up with all the spring sports happenings around the area, visit our website at SOSAOhio.com. SOSA Ohio.com. Game recaps from many of the games from around the area each night. Strike 1 here to Levi Saltz, who's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and scored last time up. Game recaps, player interviews, featured stories, and more. SOSAOhio.com. Also follow us on the social media channels. This one found a way down the right field line, 0-2. At SOSA Ohio on Twitter and Instagram. Just search Southern Ohio Sports Authority on the Facebook. Oh, 2 down from Leemaster. That one missed away. Bottom 3rd of the order here for the Warriors. Nobody on, 1 out, and the 7-4 lead. 1-2. Right back through the middle into center field for a base hit. Levi Saltz with his first hit of the spring. Hit number 9 for Adena in this one. And a 1-out base runner.
28,
Blaine Bowdle steps in. Sack bunt for him last time up. Officially 0 for 0. He walked back in the 2nd. That sack bunt came in the 4th. A step and a throw to first. It's a good thing L.J. Wright is not a small human out there at first base. That one a little tall. That one in for a called strike. Cody Rawlings and the top of the order waiting on deck. A lot of the damage has been done through the top 4 in the order for Adena. 6 of their 7 runs. Hopper to 3rd. Wade will go to 2nd for 1. And the relay not in time. They'll get the lead runner at 2nd though. 5-4 the putout. Takes Saltz off the board. And a fielder's choice for Bowdle, who will stand at first with 2 down for Cody Rawlings. Rawlings with an RBI double last time up, came around to score on the base hit by Carter Glandon. 1 for 3 tonight for Cody. Ground out to shortstop in the 1st, hit a fielder's choice in the 2nd that ended the inning. And then that RBI double in the 4th, takes ball 1 here. And the 1-0 from the left-hander. This is way outside. Good hitters count here for Rawlings. And a little dribbler, like I say, it hit him in the box. Scores already coming in from around the area on Southern Ohio Sports Authority's North Fork Animal Clinic scoreboard. You can pop that up on our website each and every night. Miami Trace beat Circleville in comeback fashion 6-4 in the early game here tonight. 2-1 pitch. Missed inside off the glove of Barr. And Bowdle has an easy path to second base on the wild pitch. Southeastern beat North Adams tonight 8-3. Piketon over Portsmouth 8-3. Uniota over Logan 7-3. Good start for the Shermans. St. Trace 10-3 winner over Logan Elm. 3-1 now from Lee Master. And that one towards center. Snagged out of the air by the second baseman, Mason Brown. And that turns away the threat for Adena here in the fifth. 4.5 complete. Adena 7, Chillicothe 4 on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Now pitching number 4, Levi Schultz.
Pitching change for the Adena Warriors as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Levi Schultz, who started the game as the DH, is now the pitcher. Brandon Cheesebrew, strong effort tonight. 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, only 3 earned on 5 hits.
Number 2,
Struck out 7, walked 4 through 2 wild pitches. All 7 strikeouts were in 3 innings. So the new pitcher, Levi Schultz, will face Lucas Reinhardt, who chops one up the middle and in for a base hit. So Reinhardt with his first hit tonight. Hit number 6 for Chillicothe.
Number 11, Aiden
And the leadoff
Spalding.
man aboard for the Cavaliers is Aiden Spalding steps in. A walk and a strikeout to his name tonight. Some more of those other baseball scores from around the area this evening. Bloom Carroll beats Lakewood 10-5. Also some softball scores to pass along to you. That one down low. Benton County over Marietta, big 14-4. Huntington beat McLean 19-9 tonight in softball. Chillicothe beat Piketon 3-1. Unioto 12-1 over Logan. Southeastern beat Peebles 15-5. Amanda Clear Creek 10-3 over Westfall. Zane Trace 8-4 over Logan Elm. Washington 10-0 over Fisher Catholic in softball. Hard hit ball, fair ball inside the bag at third. That'll sneak down into the corner. Good job by Vickers in left to cut it off near the line. That'll go as a double for Aiden Spalding. And the runners are at second and third with nobody out for the Cavaliers.
Number 38, Trent Wade.
So Aiden Spalding has his first hit of the summer. It goes for extra bases. And Trent Wade steps in 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. A hard hit single in the first and an infield hit in the third. Not a bad way to start your freshman year. Slow breaking ball in for strike one. Chillicothe trying to make things interesting here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Down by 3, but 2 men in scoring position with nobody out. And a good fastball there dots the outside corner. 0-2. You really want to do some damage here with Trent Wade. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So Saltz collects his first strikeout and a big out, number 1. Reason I was saying Wade was 2 for 2 to that point with 2 RBI hits.
Number 30, TJ
Bottom
Barr.
2 in the order so far tonight, combined 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. But a chance to change that here for TJ Barr. Has gone down swinging both times, and he takes outside ball 1. That one in for a strike, 1-1. From the stretch. And the swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Again, Saltz taking over for Cheese Brew here in the 5th. Gave up a hit to Reinhardt and a double to Spalding. Got Trent Wade looking, and now 1-2 on TJ Barr. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back backwards Ks for Levi Saltz. And now Mason Brown steps in 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to third.
Number 37, Mason Brown.
Spalding at second, Reinhardt at third. Again, you look back to the first inning. The Cavaliers sent 9 batters to the plate, but only scored 3 runs. They left the bases loaded. Strike 1 here. And now an opportunity where you had runners at second and third with nobody out. Strikeout, strikeout. And now 0-1. This one hit well. High, deep to left center field. It will bang off the bottom of the wall. 2 runs are home. On his way to third is Mason Brown with a 2-run triple. A 2-out, 2-run triple from the 9-hole Mason Brown. Picks up his first hit of the season, and he makes it a 1-run ball game, and he represents the potential tying run.
Number 28, Evan Word.
Just missed putting that one out of the ballpark, and if we had the wind that we had in the first inning, it'd have been out by a mile. Still, I think I'll be happy with the 2-run triple there. And now back to the top of the order to Wurr, who ropes one to left field. Backing up on it and making the catch is Andrew Vickers, and the inning is over. So the Cavaliers get 2 quick ones in the bottom of the 5th inning. They still trail, though, by 1, 7-6 over or against Adena on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey, it's Mike Glockner from the Glockner family of dealerships. With all the traveling that you're going to be doing this holiday season, we made servicing your vehicles as easy as possible. With our new online scheduling tool, you can schedule your oil change in less than 60 seconds. Visit Glockner.com, Select Schedule Service, select the services that you need, and pick your arrival time. We'll even send you a text reminder. It's that simple. Have a great
Hey.
Leading off for Adena, number 54, Austin McGill.
Adena is going to open up with a new batter here. In the top of the 6th inning in a one-run ball game, 7-6 is the Warriors' lead. It was Mason Dyer's spot in the order. And a swing and a miss here from Austin McGill. Dyer was 2 for 3 with a run scored and a stolen base. I wonder if he's okay. And that one in for strike 2. Austin McGill did not play in that game last night. He checked his swing here. And a 1-2 count for the leadoff man, pinch hitter Austin McGill. Carter Glandon on deck, and then it'll be Will Drotwa, 2, 3, 4 in the order. 1-2, and that one fouled back. Jacob Leemaster back out on the mound for his 3rd inning. 2nd full inning of work, came in with 1 out in the 4th. Stopped the bleeding in that 4-run inning for Adena. Gave up a hit, but no runs in the 5th. And the 1-2 on the way. A chopper. Leemaster will pick it up and flip, and does a nice job to get the out for out number 1. So 1 away here for Carter Glandon. Wonder if Dyer will re-enter in center field next half inning. But again, Dyer had 2 hits on 3 trips in this game, so you wonder if maybe there's something more to that. Here's Carter Glandon. He's been aboard 3 times. He's scored 3 times. Takes strike 1. Walked and scored in the 1st. He was hit by a pitch and then scored in the 3rd. Drove home a run with a single in the 4th, and then later came home on a base hit by Will Drotwa, one of his 3 RBI hits tonight. Adena by 1, top of the 6th inning. That one slipped out of the hand pretty early on Jacob Leemaster. Nine hits so far tonight for Adena. They had 12 in the game last night, and that one fouled back. So Adena swinging the bat here to start the season. Right now looking at 17 runs on 21 hits in not even 2 full games, and that one waved at and missed. Glandon maybe a little fooled on that pitch there, goes down on strikes for out number 2. First time he has been retired. So 2 down now for Will Dratwa. First strikeout, by the way, for Jacob Leemaster, the left-hander. Will Dratwa 3 for 3, double, single, single. All 3 hits went for RBIs. He scored after his hit in the 3rd inning. Nobody on for him here, though, with 2 down. Takes the breaking ball for a strike. Oh, 1. And that one shot over the dugout there on the first base side. 0-2. If Leemaster can get the out here, it would be the first 1-2-3 half inning tonight. Oh, 2. Skipped that one in. Perhaps trying to get Dratwa to go after one down in the count. The ball, 2 strikes on Dratwa, nobody on, 2 down. And that went down low, 2-2. Able to chop that one toward third to keep his at-bat alive. Leemaster hustling off the mound to smother that one in foul territory. How about the 4:30 game that was here last night? Huntington over Waverly, Waverly winning 21-15 over Huntington in a game that took 4 hours. And then Circleville all over Hillsborough 13-0 in the nightcap last night that didn't start until 2 hours after its scheduled time. Here's a ball smoked through the right side and give another hit to Will Dratwa. 4th of the ball game for the Adena first baseman. Down to the count, able to just ride that one the other way. It's his 3rd single to go along with a double, and it's his first hit tonight that's not an RBI hit. Not his fault, nobody was on base. So a runner at first, 2 down. Here's David McGill. 0 for 3, strikeout, ground out to second, fielder's choice. Leemaster from the stretch. And that one up and away. Again here tomorrow night. Jackson against Unioto at 4:30. And then Paint Valley against Gallia Academy at 7. Part of the First National Bank of Waverly Baseball Classic here at the VA. A 1-0, little flare out to second. Should be easy enough for Brown. On to first, and the inning is over. So a 4-batter inning in the top of the 6th. We're through 5 1/2, 7-6. Adena in front of Chillicothe. This is Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Number 44, Jacob Leemaster.
Bottom of the 6th inning here, VA Memorial Stadium. Chillicothe comes to bat down by 1 to the Adena Warriors. Levi Salt's back out on the mound, and a good heater there to open things up. And Jacob Leemaster swinging through it. Second trip to the plate for Leemaster since coming on to replace Mason Sibrel. Leemaster walked in the 4th, went to second on a wild pitch, and then was lifted for a courtesy runner. Takes strike 2 here. By the way, Austin McGill came in for Mason Dyer to lead off the last half inning and stays in the game in left field. Andrew Vickers moves from left to center, and Dyer out of the game is swing and a miss for Leemaster, and that is out number 1. Saltz came in last inning, gave up a couple of runs on 3 hits. It was the big 2-out, 2-run triple by Mason Brown. Made this a 1-run ball game. Opens up the 6th here with a strikeout. And the first strikeout for Levi Saltz after the starter Brandon Cheesebrew struck out 7. Those strikeouts came in 3 innings, but he ended up going 4, did Cheesebrew. Ball off the plate here to Aiden Hutchinson. 2 for 3, single double, ground out to shortstop, his 3 trips. Scored after his first inning single. 1-0 in for his strike, 1-1. Adena got on the board first with a run in the top of the first inning. Will Drapa with an RBI double. Bladed Carter Glandon, who walked. And then Chillicothe answered with 3 in the bottom half. Were singled. Sibrel walked. Hutchinson singled. LJ Wright took a bases-loaded walk to bring in a run. Lucas Reinhardt with a sac fly to bring in a run. And then 2 batters later, Trent Wade with an RBI single. Gave Chillicothe a 3-1 lead. That one in for a strike. 2-2. Top of the 3rd, 2 runs came home for Adena. Chillicothe answered with a run in the 3rd. So on a grounder to 3rd. And a good strong throw from Caleb Osborne gets Hutchinson at first base for out number 2. Adena then scored 4 runs in the top of the 4th inning on 4 hits to take the lead at the time, 7-4. And then the Cavaliers able to plate 2 on that 2-out, 2-run triple from Mason Brown in the 5th to get it to a 1-run game. Here's LJ Wright, takes strike 1. LJ 0 for 2. He walked home a run, I should say, back in the 1st inning. Called out on strikes to end the 2nd. He flied out to left field to end the 4th. 0-1 in for his strike, nothing in 2. 7 runs, 10 hits for Adena. 6 runs, 7 hits for Chillicothe. Cavaliers down to their final 4 outs here. And that one misses low, a ball, 2 strikes. Season opening game for Chillicothe, game number 2 for Adena. And that one off the plate away, 2-2. Our friend Gary Swingle behind the plate tonight. He's been a little bit generous, fair, both ways tonight, but that one was a little too far off the plate to ring him up. That one in the turf, and the count full 3-2. Gary says he always knows when he's at the VA because he can hear you. The way the stadium here kind of shoots all the sound out onto the field. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is the first 1-2-3 half inning of the ball game. Chillicothe goes down in order, 2 strikeouts for Levi Saltz. And we go to the 7th. Adena 7, Chillicothe 6 on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health has to offer by visiting our website at sosaohio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's sosaohio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
by bad company.
Leading off number 7, Andrew Vickers.
Top of the 7th inning here. Last chance for the Adena Warriors to add to their one-run lead. 7-6 over Chillicothe. 6, 7, 8 in the lineup here. Andrew Vickers, who is now the center fielder, will lead things off. Start of the game in left. Outside here to start it off, ball 1. Jacob Leemaster, the left-hander, back out. Now pitched in parts of 4 innings tonight. In relief of the starter, Aiden Hutchinson. Vickers tonight, 1 for 3. Third baseman Trent Wade way in for Chillicothe, and this one up and away. Vickers, an RBI single sandwiched between a ground out to short and a ground out to second. Next to his name tonight, the hit came back in a 2-run third inning for Adena. Vickers, then Caleb Osborne and Levi Saltz. 2-0. And that one caught the inside corner. 2-1. Osborne on deck, 0 for 2 of the walks. Saltz in the hole, 1 for 2 with a single and a hit by pitch and a run scored. 2-1, chopper to short. Reinhardt on the move, has time, throws low, and it gets by the first baseman, L.J. Wright, but takes a big bounce out toward right field. And into second head first is Andrew Vickers. I think that would probably just go as a straight E6. Reinhardt has been really good at shortstop tonight and has had a lot of opportunity. That one just got away from him a little bit there as he tried to uncork it. And the Warriors with a runner at second, nobody out. So Caleb Osborne digs in. He popped down to the pitcher last time up, called out on strikes back in the third. He walked in the second inning. His 3 trips tonight so far. Now facing the left-hander Jacob Leemaster. And a bunt attempt here goes up the first base line, stops on the line, and the catcher, TJ Barr's throw is a bit wide. It goes off the glove of Brown, the second baseman covering the bag, and it allows Andrew Vickers to score and make it an 8-6 game, so a little insurance there for Adena.
Number 4, Levi Saltz.
We're going to call that one an error as well. We're going to go E4 as Brown got his glove on it but couldn't hang on. A run nonetheless. And the first pitch in is strike to Levi Saltz. So I was going to say, right before Vickers scored, Levi Saltz, the only Adena batter not in the top 4 in the order to score a run tonight. But Vickers, with that run, ruined that. And a swing through a breaking ball there, 0-2. Saltz popped out to the shortstop in the second, hit by a pitch, scored in the fourth, singled in the fifth. One of those 10 hits for Adena tonight. They now lead by 2. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and a miss, popped out of the glove, first base occupied, so that's out number 1. Saltz down on strikes. Chillicothe doing a little bit of self-inflicted damage here. A couple of errors here to start the inning. Now a runner at first, 1 out. This one driven into center field by Bowdle, and a sliding grab made by the center fielder, Evan Wurr. Gets up and fires that one in kind of to no man's land, but threw it in hard enough that the pitcher, Leemaster, could go grab it and hold Osborne at first base. Nice play by Wurr out in center field for out number 2. And back to the top of the order now to Cody Rawlings. Rawlings a ground out to short, a fielder's choice. RBI double and scored in the fourth. Last time up, hit one hard but lined out to the second baseman. Quick look over to first base. Osborne back, plenty of time. And a chopper will go foul. Chillicothe will have 5, 6, 7 in the order in the bottom half of this 7th inning. Reinhardt, Spalding, and Wade, the scheduled hitters. The three have combined to score 3 runs tonight. 0-1, and able to just get a piece of it there is Rawlings, 0-2. Again, we'll be back with some more baseball live streams on Friday. DC Daly back in the big chair for Tays Valley Logan Elm at 4:30 and Chillicothe and St. Trace at 7. Again, that's on Friday. Here's the 0-2. Nowhere close there. A ball, 2 strikes. From the stretch, Lee Master ready with the 1-2. And that one got away from him. Quick throw to first. Osborne alert, able to get back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. In a 2-run ball game. 8-6, Adena in front. That one lifted out behind second base. Brown, the second baseman, makes the catch on the edge of the infield, and that'll end the top half of the 7th inning. An insurance run for the Adena Warriors. A couple of errors helped their cause. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Chillicothe needs 2 to tie, 3 to win on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Leading off for the Cavaliers, number 2, Lucas Reinhardt.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at VA Memorial Stadium. Last chance for the Chillicothe Cavaliers, who trail by a pair, 8-6 to the Adena Warriors. Levi Salt's back to the mound, and he dots the first one in for a strike. Worked a 1-2-3 inning in the 6th, including 2 strikeouts. Faces Lucas Reinhardt here to lead it off. Reinhardt has scored after reaching in each of his last 2 trips to the plate. And he takes a ball. Reinhardt with a sac fly brought home a run in the 1st inning. Reached on an error, went first to third on an errant pickoff throw, and scored on a hit by Trent Wade in the 3rd, and then singled and scored in the 5th. So not a bad guy in the lineup to try to start a rally here if you're the Cavaliers. But now Reinhardt down to the count, 1-2. Adena looking to move to 2-0 on the season, both against FAC teams. They beat McLean last night. Down here, 2-2 the count. Chillicothe trying to avoid going to 0-1 to start the season. Hit toward the gap in right center field. That gets down. Cut off by the center fielder, Vickers, and that'll hold Reinhardt to a single. Ball gets away, throw to second, and they did not get the tag in time. Heads up base running by Reinhardt to sneak into second base. A risky play. They're just one man. It's a 2-run ball game, but you love the aggressiveness as Reinhardt gets the single and will move up to second on the error. And that will prompt head coach Paul Thomas to come out. The batter will be Aiden Spalding, who doubled and scored last time up. He walked in the first, struck out in the third. So officially 1 for 2 with a walk tonight. And the quick word of advice from head coach Paul Thomas. And he heads back toward the dugout on the third base side. Ninth hit for the Cavaliers tonight. Spalding looking to pick up his second. And that one lifted right up the elevator shaft. Glandon back to the wall. He runs out of room as it lands on the roof here behind home plate. Reinhardt out at second base, runs well. Should be able to score easily, fairly easily, on a base hit to the outfield. But again, a 2-run ball game here. 0-1 hit down the right field line out of play. So for all intents and purposes, Adena should not be all that worried about that runner at second base. Right now, the guy that matters is the one at the plate. And the 0-2 from Saltz. Breaking ball in for strike 3 called. And that's out number 1. 5th strikeout for Levi Saltz since coming on to start the 5th inning.
Number 27, Cam Renner.
That's now 12 strikeouts between Cheesebrew and Saltz. Another thing that the Cavaliers might look back on if they are unable to come back and win this game. Here's Trent Wade, 2 for 3. Was a strikeout victim last time up. Takes strike 1 here, and that's not Wade. Instead, it's Cameron Renner. So a pinch hitter here. And a ball hit toward third, but foul. So Cameron Renner, a senior, hitting for the freshman Trent Wade. 0-2, lifted toward right field, not deep. Rawlings, the second baseman, out, but it's the right fielder Bowdle who makes the catch. And that is out number 2. TJ Barr was the scheduled hitter. It'll instead be
Number
Daniel
58,
Herf.
Daniel Herf.
Runner at second, 2 down, 8-6. Adena 1 out away. And the first one out of the zone, ball 1. And that one down low, ball 2. Runner going to third, and that will end the game. So we've talked all night about good base running. Obviously just trying to be aggressive there, but again, that run in the grand scheme of things doesn't mean a whole lot. And the runner caught stealing going to third ends it as Adena will take an 8-6 win over Chillicothe here in the nightcap at VA Memorial Stadium. So 8-6, Adena, and the Warriors are off to a 2-0 start. Chillicothe falls to 0-1. That'll do it for us tonight here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check out our website at sosaohio.com for recaps of various games each and every night. Player interviews, coaches interviews, all that kinds of great stuff over there, the hardworking staff we have at SOSA. Thanks for watching this one tonight. Again, Adena beats Chillicothe 8-6. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll chat with you. DC will chat with you on Friday. First game at 4:30. We'll be right back here on our YouTube channel.